Well done.
Question number 6, the Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Building and Construction. When did he or anyone in Moby first become aware that the Christchurch City Council was placed on notice by International Accreditation New Zealand IANZ of its intention to revoke the Council's Building Consent Authority accreditation?
Mr
Honourable
Speaker.
Morris Williamson.
Mr Speaker, the independent accrediting agency IANZ wrote to Christchurch City Council on the 30th of May and copied that letter to IMBI. The letter gives the Council notice of the intention to revoke its accreditation if substandard performance and poor systems are not corrected by the 28th of May. IMBI briefed me on the 4th of June about that, and on the 6th of June my officials have met with the Council. Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table the IANZ report.
Leave is sought to table that report. Is there any objection to that? There appears to be none. It can be tabled. Supplementary question.
Mr Speaker, this is a... Thank you.
By the 28th of June.
Are there supplementary questions?
Thank you for that correction. For how long has Moby been involved with this issue? What problems have been identified and what solutions found?
Honourable Morris Williamson.
Mr Speaker, accreditation for the Christchurch City Council under the IANZ regime dates right back to 2007, where the Council failed on a number of occasions to actually get accreditation, and where a number of people worked with them. This was under the previous Labor government. I can give the member the dates when they failed to get accreditation in let me give them starting back in November of 2007 and then in April of 2008 and finally got across the line in October of 2008. Sir, of recent times, MB officials have worked extensively with the Council, trying to assist them in meeting their requirements to maintain their accreditation. Sadly, they've been unable to convince them of things that needed to be done.
Supplementary question, Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Given that amount of work, was he surprised this notice was given to the Council by IANZ, and if so, why?
No,
Honourable
Mr.
Morris
Speaker.
Williamson.
Mr Speaker, no, I'm not surprised. IANZ is an independent accreditation authority. They work completely independent of ministers. Their role, as set up by the previous government, was to check on every certifying authority, make sure they met the requirements that are laid down in the Act. And in fact, what they've found with Christchurch City Council, that a number of issues have failed to be met on a number of occasions, and when remedial action was put in place, they still didn't do it.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Has Moby been providing regular updates on this issue to him? And if so, how was that information communicated to the Minister for Canterbury Earthquake Recovery?
Honourable Morris Williamson.
Mr Speaker, Moby can't provide detailed updates on this on an ongoing basis, given that IANZ went in and did their evaluation in May. And it was at the end of that evaluation that they both wrote to the Ministry and to the Council on that same day, I think the 30th of May, I've got the letter here, and it's only at that point were we aware that IANZ had come to the conclusion they were not meeting the criteria. So, Mr Speaker, I repeat again, the whole aim of the government is to make sure that consents are done properly, they're done without devaluing quality, but they're done in a timely manner. And, sir, I heard on the morning report this morning that a particular Mark McGuinness from the Belgian Beer Cafe took 89 days to get a consent through the Council, and it was costing him $70,000 a week for that delay.
Supplementary question, Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Does he share the Christchurch Mayor's view when he said, quote, "I'm confident we'll be able to clear the backlog and process all consents within the statutory timeframe. We are confident we can retain our accreditation as a building consent authority." And if he doesn't share that view, what are the consequences of his view for the people of Canterbury?
Honourable Morris Williamson.
Mr Speaker, it's not relevant what my view on this is. It's an independent agency that determines whether the accreditation is kept or not. I will not intervene in that process, but, Mr Speaker, we are looking at what options the government might invoke if, in fact, that accreditation is withdrawn. And I say to the House, if it is, It'll be the first time since the whole consenting regime was ever put in place. We've had a couple of councils get into a bit of trouble, but with work and time, they've always maintained their accreditation. So if the 28th of June comes and the Christchurch City Council loses it, ministers are now looking at what various options. Well, the Building Act's not clear. The member says what? Actually, it's the Building Act passed by her government that doesn't say what options are available. It never canvassed the option of a certifying authority losing its accreditation.
Point of order, Mr.
Order.
Speaker.
Order. Order. Is this a point of order or...
It's a point of order, Mr. Speaker.
A point of order, and it will be heard in silence. Point of order.
In light
Ruth
of the
Dyson.
media comments this morning from the Chair of the Planning and Regulatory Committee of the Council, Sue Wells, and the Mayor, Bob Parker, that he hadn't heard from Maurice Williamson or Jerry Brownlee, I seek leave to table the emails and cell phone numbers to improve the communication in future.
Order. I'm not prepared to put that. Question number 7, Mike Sabin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister of Energy and